Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. John Loder. I'm with the Dual Method. Guys, I am here with a good friend of mine named Andrew. Andrew have this some of this amazing system. I'm going to do a short introduction of course, who I am and everything else. You guys know who I am. My name is Dr. John Loder. I'm an executive business coach, speaker. My name focuses on health, but also I focus on interviewing innovative technology that's actually going to change. Let me explain you how I met Andrew first, right? As you know, I'm in business, do websites, get everything else, business, right? So, guys, I had the ClickFunnels one, I had a ways different things, and I had to try to integrate how to actually use everything, right? So, as Andrew came along, and I told him, I said, no, this system is cool. And I want you to be on the show to explain the system to people, and actually, so people is understand, right? So the first thing that I have is for you, who are you, and tell us about you of that you have.
Okay, thanks, John. Thanks for having me on. Pleasure to be here. Um, my name is Andrew Gardner. I'm the founder of Every Catch. Originally, my background was in electronic security, completely different. I started a company with a partner back in 1990, and we advertised the way all alarm companies advertised. It was like an unwritten rule in every industry, like this is what you did. And for alarm companies, you went in the yellow pages. You have to remember this was pre-internet, so yellow pages was the thing, and we would be paying like hundreds of thousands of pounds to be in these
That's
directories.
back in the 80s, 90s.
Early 90s, yeah, 1990 that was. Um, and sometimes we'd be paying out 6 months before the directory came out. So you'd book your advert, and then you'd wait your 6 months, and then just waiting for the phone to ring. Um, so yeah, there was no online marketing back in the day then. So anyway, my business partner and we went our separate ways in '94, and I went out and got what my mother called a proper job, working for a national alarm company. It's kind of strange because most people like have a job and then they break away and start their own business, but of course I had to do it back to front. Um, and what I noticed there, it was a real culture shock. Not because I was part of a big organisation, but as a business owner, you kind of live or die by how well you serve your customers, right? And it was just shocking for me to see how nobody really cared about the customer. With all these different levels of management and departments, I was a service engineer. So I was on the road, I was face to face with the customers, literally trying to fix their problems. And I would feed back to managers and supervisors, this needs to be done, this isn't working. And just there was no sense of urgency. Nobody really cared. So I stuck at that for about 3 years, and then I went back on my own. So we're now just about post-internet, kind of early 2000s, 99, 2000. So we had websites, we had email. Um, Google Ads launched in 2000, I think it was, but still no mainstream social media at that point. And by 2003, I was struggling. Things were not going well for me. And I ended up having to go back and I joined back up with my ex-business partner and his son, and we merged the businesses together. Now, at that point, unbeknown to me, there'd been, for the previous 6 months, a free report sitting in my in tray that I hadn't bothered to look at. And for whatever reason, I took it out and started reading it, and it was on the topic of direct response marketing. And it made a lot of sense. And I was thinking, damn, I wish I'd read this 6 months ago. It could have made a difference. And that really started me on an educational journey. I started reading a lot of books. You kind of read one book and it referenced another author, and I would go and read their stuff. I really kind of focused on my self-education. So the long and short, we started applying those methods in the business, and we got results. And after a while, friends and colleagues would be coming to me and say, oh, how are you doing that? How are you getting that done? So I would end up helping them with their marketing. And over time, I kind of just fell out of love with security and fell in love with marketing. So I took the plunge and I left the security industry and started my marketing agency. So that's what got me into marketing.
So tell me about this every catch stuff. Every catch. What is every catch? And I know that's your new business venture. And this is the reason why I had you on the show, to be truly honest with you. Your every catch platform is the most amazing because I'm using it as well. And it's making my life much more easier. I can have landing page, I can have courses, I can have that all in one. I don't have to pay, MailChimp one. I don't have to pay ClickFunnels one. I don't have to pay Kajabi one. I don't have to pay 10,000 different ones. I can only pay one at a affordable price for right now. So could you tell us about is every catch and tell us about your platform?
Yeah, sure. So it's basically it's an all-in-one platform, as you say, because so many people are having lots of separate systems, and it's actually a big pain area for people. It's kind of two sides to it. There's technology and strategy. But if you kind of look at the way businesses start and people get into business, I would say most small business owners, entrepreneurs, they go out and they get the essentials. They get their website, they get their social media accounts, and they're good to go. They can start in business. But then they realize, well, nobody's actually coming to their website. They're not got any visitors. But a rep makes a phone call and says, we can get you to the top of Google, we can get you visitors. So you start off with an SEO subscription. And then you find your social media reach is about 5 people, and 3 of those are your close family. But someone tells you, you need to run LinkedIn ads, or you need to run Facebook ads. So you've got some ad spend there. And then you want to launch your products. You need a funnel. So you go to ClickFunnels, because that's kind of like the default. Everyone's heard of ClickFunnels. And you get your funnel set up there. But then, if a lot of people are doing courses and teaching, so we need some Kajabi subscription. And then you get a little bit of momentum. You get some people coming into your business, coming in through your course. And now you need to contact them. So you need an email subscription. So you think, okay, we need to get ActiveCampaign, and we need to get MailChimp running so I can actually communicate with my customers. And kind of, you're booking one-to-ones, your calendar's becoming hectic to manage, book their own appointments to save you some time. And it kind of rolls along. My social media is now taking me too much time. I'm trying to post on all these channels. I'll go out and get Hootsuite or Sprout Social or something to go and manage all those and try and claw a bit of my time back, because all this time is being spent on all these different software platforms. And so it goes on, and you're running your business, and every time you have a problem, there's a Band-Aid subscription there to help you take the pain away in the short term. But really, it's just compounding the problem. And before long, you realize 3 things. You realize, 1, you're spending an awful lot of money on these subscriptions. And if you're honest, when you look at your credit card statement, you probably don't even know what some of them are for. You've got that many of them. 2, you're spending an awful lot of time and energy trying to orchestrate these systems and get them to play nicely together and move data between them, which is another subscription, by the way, to do that. Or you're downloading CSV files and uploading them somewhere else to try and make all these things work together. And the third thing you realize is that for all this time, money, and effort you're spending, it's not really moving the needle. It's not making the boat go any faster. And I think when people get to that point, they feel a little bit stuck. They know the system's broken, but they're too busy spinning the plates of trying to keep everything going to do anything about it. And that's really the reason why I started Every Catch, just for people to be able to have everything. Go ahead. Okay, sorry, I thought you meant to say
your
something.
system is everything. It's my Kajabi, it's my ClickFunnels, So your system, it's a Kajabi in there, it's a ClickFunnels in there, okay, in there. You have every aspect of what a business needs to succeed. Am I correct?
Yep, that's correct. Everything's in there, but the important thing is because it's all in one place, everything's all connected. It's connected pieces in one whole rather than lots of disparate systems that are all doing their own little thing but not contributing to the overall system, which means you're then running around trying to make things work and duct tape solutions together. So the important thing is it's all in one place and it all just works cohesively
Or
as a
else
system.
hiring someone to pay for it.
Yeah. But then even if you have someone doing it, it's very easy for cracks to show up.
Program, right?
Yes. Yeah. We already integrate with Facebook and Instagram, the social media channels.
Facebook program.
So with that, we already connect to the accounts. So if someone direct messages your page, so if someone direct messages your page, that will come straight into every catch. So everything's in one place. So alongside your Facebook messages, you'll have your emails, your SMS, your WhatsApp, everything's in one place. You're not looking in 6 different apps to see who's saying what. But something we've added recently, and it's working really well for lead gen, is the ability to reply to comments. So how can I explain this best? Okay. Okay, so one of the things we recommend in our social media flywheel program is for lead generation, for you to have a set of value posts on Facebook, for example. So you would start with a dog whistle to your prospects and their pain point to get their attention, deliver them 3 to 5 minutes of value, so you're helping them solve their immediate problem. And then in the video, you would then say, okay, to get our lead magnet, for example, your 10-point cheat sheet, comment yes below. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried to do that manually, but it can turn into a nightmare very quickly, especially if you have lots of responses. You become a slave to the post. So you're going back every time to the post, see who else has commented yes, make a note of it, send them the lead magnet on Messenger, and it just, it's not nice to do. So what every catch now does for you, when someone comments yes, it's going to be watching that post. It's going to like their comment, and it's going to reply to their comment, saying something like, thank you for your comment, please check your DMs. And we do that in multiple configurations of words, so it doesn't look robotic. And what that is doing, that's helping the algorithm to get your post more reach. So every time someone comments, you get a little bump in your reach. And as it starts to tail off, you reply to the comment, it gets another little bump. So you're keeping that post more focused. But then what the system will do, it's going to send a direct message to that person who commented, and it will say something along the lines of, thank you for your comment, understand you'd like a copy of our 10-point cheat sheet. Is that correct? Because what we're doing now is getting some buy-in and getting some response. So they're going to reply, yes, please. And at that point, the system is then going to say, great, what's your best email so I can send you the cheat sheet? They'll enter their email, and then the system will email them the PDF of your cheat sheet or your lead magnet. So everything, okay, what just happened in that interaction? So if we look at what happened, was you found a prospect on Facebook, you educated them and positioned yourself as the solution to their problem. You got them to metaphorically raise their hand to say they're interested in your service. You got some buy-in from them to make sure they didn't accidentally say yes. Sometimes people do. You got them to give you your email address, which is really important.
Permission.
Because all of these platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever you have a follower base, if you don't have that audience on email, that is not your data. And you might wake up tomorrow and find you've got a Facebook ban or your account's been suspended. And if you don't have another way of contacting that audience, you've just lost contact with them completely, and you're back to zero. And no matter how careful you are or how well behaved you are,
Do you have a program based on that?
Yeah. So this is the strategy of getting people to.
For people to start their own community.
Yeah, absolutely. So now you're starting to build your own list with Facebook groups. There's two things actually. I was talking to a couple of big players in the groups recently, and what they were saying were like, our membership numbers are going up. We're getting more people in the group, but our reach is constantly going down. The amount of people that see what we're posting in the group and interacting is going down. And again, that's because of Facebook's algorithm. They're controlling what's being shown to your group members. Okay. And secondly, on a platform like Facebook, you've got a gazillion notifications, you've got funny cat videos and pictures of people's lunch to contend with as well. So there's a whole load of distraction going on those platforms as well. So instead of that, or as well as that, you can now have your own branded community. So it's your list, your rules, you're controlling what people are seeing. And it also sets you apart from your competition because you've got this community where you can foster, you can have your interaction between your group members, where you can deliver your courses or some of your courses. So it's a very powerful addition to the platform.
So I have a question for you. What
Sure.
type of businesses can you serve well? Is it a specific type of business that you can serve?
The platform itself is very versatile, so it's suitable for a wide number, a wide range of businesses. But what we're finding is working best are service-based businesses that are trying to grow, and also trainers, speakers, and coaches. People either have an audience that they want to connect with, or that want to grow their audience. And I think what they all have in common is that they're looking for a system that's reliable, hassle-free, and is going to work as a system to bring them leads and convert into sales. I have to be a little bit careful because I get very excited about the tech and all the things it can do, and kind of run away a bit. And you can see people's eyes glazing over and overwhelm setting in, because I think they're relating that to, particularly if you have lots of these subscriptions, they're relating that to the pain of what they're going through, trying to manage all these things and get them to play together. And I'm coming in and layering another 10 things you could be doing on it. So I have to be careful not to go too fast. But what I would say is you don't have to use every feature, and you don't have to use it all at once. Exactly. So maybe what is it you want to focus on? It might be you need a landing page, you want to host your course, and you need a way to email your list. So okay, fine, let's make those 3 things happen. When that's all working and you're happy with that, then maybe you want to look at another thing, and then a little bit down the line, maybe another thing. But there's no requirement to have everything together, and it's kind of really easy to get things going.
So you have an email campaign based on your Every Catch, right? And with the email campaign, you can put up to 5,000 emails a day. Now, he says don't start off with that. You can start off with like 100 or 200. Build up to a certain period of time to 5,000 emails. Am I correct?
Yes. So it's all about managing the account. Email providers are trying to make sure that their users aren't being bombarded with spam. So they have a number of metrics they look at to consider whether your email is worthy of being delivered or not. And one of the biggest mistakes people make is they'll go from 0 to 5,000 emails on day one, and that's just a massive red flag to the service providers. That's likely to get your domain blacklisted, which means your email is not then being delivered. There are other technical aspects to that, but I won't go into those today. But what I would say from the point of view of EveryCatch, we'll help you sort all that out. You don't need to figure it out on your own. It's relatively straightforward and painless when you have someone guide you through it. But one tip I would give you is never, ever, ever use your main business domain as a sending domain for marketing email. Because if that gets blacklisted for whatever reason, you're then going to find that your day-to-day emails, your customers, your vendors, your Auntie Susan, none of that's going to get delivered. It's all going to go straight to spam. I would suggest you always set it up either with a subdomain. So what that would look like is if your domain was acmewidgets.com, a subdomain might be mail.acmewidgets.com or messages.acmewidgets.com. Either that, or better still, have a separate related domain. So for EveryCatch, I have several, but one of them's everycatchmail.com. One of them is tryeverycatch.com. So they're separate from my main domain. So if anything happens to those, they're pretty much disposable. I can replace those. But what I don't want to do is risk the reputation of my own main domain. Anyway, sorry, I digressed from the question a little bit. The answer is you can send plenty of email, all the email you need to send, but you just do it within the rules and keeping your domain safe.
So I have a question for you. Here's the question. How many hours do you think people spend on having different platforms like a ClickFunnels, like MailChimp, like Kajabi, all those people, right? How much money and time do you think the average person play? Because you're in the field and you see a lot of people now, right? Who's having these products. Or can you give some example of people spending X amount of money and how did you save them? What's different from your service compared to that?
Sure. Well, I think in terms of money, you have to ask, is it the price or is it the cost? And what I mean by that is if you're paying for multiple software subscriptions, and apart from monthly fees you're paying out, you've got to look at what it's costing you in terms of time and in terms of lost opportunity. If you're somebody's charging $200, $300, $500 an hour for their time for consulting or advice, and every hour you spend messing around with glitchy tech is costing you $200 or $300 or $500 an hour, because that's time you weren't out there generating revenue. And plus, if you're not a techie person, not everyone is, the amount of time you spend doing something techie is going to be way less productive than if a techie person does it. Does that make sense? So, and then there's the opportunity cost.
I'm not a techie guy. I'm not a techie guy at all. So give me an example of a client who came to you, had 10,000 different services, and I'm curious.
So what we would do is basically look at what's existing first. What have you got? Do like a little mini audit. What have you got? What are you doing with it? How's it working? How's it not working? And then we'll look at how we can migrate those features into EveryCatch, just to kind of clear the clutter, simplify everything, and make it work as a system. And it's just a step-by-step process. So as we release one thing, there's a subscription you can cancel, and that's one less software platform you have to deal with. Next one, move into EveryCatch, things get a little bit more organized inside there, flow a little bit better. There's another subscription you can get rid of there. So it's just a process we go through. We're not going to come in and upset the apple cart and cancel everything on day one, and because that just creates more chaos. So everything we implement Nice.
Maybe I got you.
So, I mean, your
I
audio
believe
broke up there,
it's
John. I
one of the
missed that
top
bit.
programs out there. It's I can literally do everything from your stuff. Like as you mentioned, I have a community for my people. Um, I do the landing pages. I got my course in there, and you said I can put up to tens of thousands of people in the course, right? So I got literally every aspect of what a business can actually run. But see, the thing that attracted me about your business more so than everything else, yes, it does everything. And you do a very phenomenal job of everything that you do. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
What got me was your pricing. Got me was your pricing. Let me explain you how most people do. Kajabi or whatever to click is ClickFunnels. They give you 2 weeks to try the damn thing out, right? But here's the problem. If you're not a tech guy like me, you can try for 10,000 weeks. I'm going to quit. It's not going to look good. Right?
Yeah.
This is what you told me. You said it was your. And you said that when people pay for you, either there's two ways. They pay for the lower amount, you will do up to 2 hours of their tech, get everything done. If you're paying for the higher amount, which I think it's still affordable, you're paying for the higher amount, you will build out everything for them. Now, when I was doing ClickFunnels years ago, I had somebody do it for me. I paid back then thousands of dollars. I paid crazy amount of money to try to have everything together. And of course you did. Right? You have everything in one at Guys. Let me explain to you at a very affordable rate. I mean, I'm going to tell you the rates right now because just for a couple of days, he will build it out for you. 2 hours, $27. That's it. No more, no less. For him to build out everything for you, $97. And the reason why you see me looking down on a per day basis, $297. Divide that by 30. That's $9. For about $10 per day, right? And $497. Divide that by you're about $16, right? Now, let me explain you why. ClickFunnels. All those samples that I had, I'll spend about $1,000. And I had to do the work or hire someone to do the work. So when everything got built out, it's a couple $1,000. No, I didn't get a 2 weeks subscription because I didn't know how to work the stuff anyway. I told for me, you and your team, which is impressive because these prices are not going to stay this way. Am I correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
So tell me why that you made it so affordable for everyone to actually get Evercatch.
Okay, there's a couple of reasons. But first, from my perspective, I want people on the platform who are using it and getting results. I don't want, much as I appreciate your money, I don't want it if you're not going to use it because it's not a win-win. Okay? So that's the first reason. The second reason, the done for you plan is heavily discounted at the moment. And the reason we're doing that is to build up a library of case studies and to get data on the impact it's having on people's businesses and their lives. So the done for you, at some point, that is going to be a $19.97 a month ticket. Right now, it's $4.97. I don't have an exact timeline on when it's going to change.
So then, in other words, it's the best for right now.
It is. I always think of what one of my mentors said to me. And he said to me, when you're faced with the opportunity of a lifetime, take action in the lifetime of the opportunity. So yes, now is the best time to get on board because it's only going to go up from now. It won't go straight to 1997, but it's going to go up incrementally until it gets there.
Because I just got friend of mine just got cut and paying was it a couple $100, $300 per month. And then you get ClickFunnels. I mean, that stuff adds up.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's one of the biggest things about it, that part. You know, you play a nickel, you play a dime, you play a quarter, you look at me like, wow. Tell us about the client that you told me about that. It's paying like, what's it? 1,500 pounds now. I forgot to tell you. It's Andrew's from the UK. That's why you guys are hearing it drag a little bit. The different stuff. Anyway, he's from the UK. That was paying over 1,000 pounds. And then went to you, it got down almost 60-70%.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they came back down to the 497 and ended up having more functionality than they had before. Everything in one place, and gone from spending kind of hours trying to maintain the system to have everything running automatically. So it made a real impact, not just on their bottom line, on the cost saving, but on the amount of time they're able to then spend on their zone of genius, on the thing they're good at, the thing that people pay them money for. So that's what I mean by a win-win. You know, yes, I've got the subscription, thank you very much, but the business has benefited. So, you know, I'm trying to foster a community ourselves. We're setting up a community of business owners, trainers, so you can come into community in every catch. So it's not just tech support, but it's ideas, support, see what other people are doing, and have that sense of community. It's kind of missing in a lot of the bigger platforms. You know, I don't want people just to be another subscription. We want to support you and see you succeed. And yes, I'm from the UK, so apologies for my foreign accent.
No, I want to invite you down in 2 more weeks.
Awesome.
Well, that's good. I want to invite you in again on 2 more weeks again, and go a little bit more deeper. As I know this audio might not be the greatest, right? And I want people actually capture what you're actually doing, right? And then then you guys can see my platform that I have, and my community as well, you know, and I should check that out as well and see what I'm doing, because his system is amazing. It was just amazing how people spend so much money. We're thinking that we're saving. Hire the lady said that she spent $40 to build out her program, and she had them in 10 different places. Now look at us. She says I still got to make a living. I still got to make money. You know, but when you have a program like actually this program, is every catch, and do everything in one, everything. And as Andrew said, you don't have to use all the features at one time. I sure the hell is trying to. But anyway, you don't have to, right? But exactly, at a very affordable rate. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to leave a link. It's going to actually walk you guys through it, and then actually know what you guys are taking place. It's going to be a step-by-step process. And this way, you guys can actually understand. You guys can actually experience it. Because I think his program is completely amazing. I am a client of his program. It's a beautiful program. And I think when you actually can look at it and understand it, and here's what I want you guys to do this. Add up everything that you guys are spending right now. Landing pages, Kajabi, ClickFunnels, email list. Am I missing anything? Everything. And then give me the total of what you make it. And even if you have people do it for you, add up everything. And I bet you any money that his program is going 60-70% cheaper. but it's going to be affordable because it's going to be a customized based on what you guys are doing. It's not good.
Yeah, it's even the little things as well, like your Calendly subscriptions for your appointment setting. If you've got a link tree that you use in your social bios, which is $7 I think a month, you don't need that now. That's in every catch as well. So it's all the little bits and pieces as well that you're paying for that all kind of see that price creep up.
So you guys do country. You guys do a lot of different stuff. The emo cat campaign that you told me about, that you have like 40 to different things. All of them. You guys have a reader of what's taking place, who in every aspect of everything, and unity. Impressive. Impressive. So here it goes. I'm gonna send out a link, guys, after this phone call. I'm gonna have to get a link from as Andrew is put it in. The 69 plus people who actually joined. Thank you so much. I'll send you this this meeting right now as well. Do you have anything else to say, Andrew, before we close this bad boy up?
No, I just think thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure being here, and I hope we can help.
And I want you back in 2 weeks now.
Awesome.
I want you
my
back in 2
pleasure.
weeks. I want to get a better take on over this. I want you back in 2 weeks. All right, brother man. Hey, take care of me. All right.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye now.